Welcome back to Techno Trend Zone. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most highly anticipated camera releases of the year, the Sony A7V. This upcoming mirrorless powerhouse is rumored to redefine the hybrid camera category, introducing groundbreaking improvements over its predecessor, the Sony A7 IV. For years, Sony has dominated the mirrorless camera market, consistently pushing the boundaries of innovation to cater to both photographers and videographers. While the Sony A7 IV was a phenomenal hybrid camera, it did have its fair share of limitations. Now, with the Sony A7V on the horizon, the burning question remains, will it be the ultimate hybrid camera of 2025? Let's break down everything we know so far, including rumored specs, potential upgrades, and what this camera needs to maintain Sony's dominance in the hybrid camera space. Sony A7V. What to expect? Sony has continuously raised the bar with its A7 series, and expectations for the A7V are sky-high. Photographers and videographers alike are eager to see improvements that address the A7 IV's limitations, especially in areas like resolution, frame rates, and AI-driven autofocus. With increasing competition from Canon, Nikon, and Panasonic, Sony must deliver substantial upgrades to the A7V to stay ahead. Key upgrades expected in the Sony A7V. 4K 60 frames per second without crop, a must-have improvement. One of the biggest complaints about the Sony A7 IV was its 1.5x crop when shooting in 4K at 60 frames per second. While some users could work around this limitation, it became a significant drawback for content creators who rely on full-frame capabilities. Competing cameras at a similar price point already offer full-frame 4K 60 frames per second recording without cropping, so Sony must remove this limitation to position the A7V as a true leader in the hybrid camera space. If Sony includes full-frame 4K 60 frames per second recording, the A7V will instantly become more appealing to videographers, making it a serious competitor to high-end cinema cameras, all while maintaining a relatively compact form factor. Increased burst shooting speeds for photography. For photographers, burst shooting speed is a crucial factor, and the A7 IV had some limitations in this area. It maxed out at 10 frames per second with compressed RAW, and only 6 frames per second with uncompressed RAW. While this was acceptable for general photography, wildlife and sports photographers often found it limiting. To address this, Sony could introduce a stack sensor, a feature found in the Sony A1 and A9 series. This would significantly boost burst shooting speeds, reducing rolling shutter issues and making the A7V a more capable action photography camera. Upgraded articulating flip-tilt screen. One of the standout features of the Sony A7 IV was its flip-tilt articulating screen, a hybrid mechanism that combines a fully articulating design with a tilt function. This system offers greater flexibility, making it easier to shoot from various angles without sacrificing stability or ease of use. While the A7 IV's articulating screen was a significant step up from previous models, the A7 RV's advanced design proved there was still room for improvement. If Sony integrates this flip-tilt screen into the A7V, it would provide better framing options for videographers, increased versatility for photographers shooting at difficult angles, higher resolution and brightness ensure clearer visuals in bright outdoor conditions, advanced autofocus with AI enhancements. Sony has long been known for its superior autofocus technology, but with AI-driven advancements becoming the new standard, expectations for the A7 versus autofocus system are higher than ever. The A7 IV already featured excellent face and eye detection, but it sometimes struggled when subjects moved unpredictably or looked away from the camera. The A7V could introduce AI-powered subject recognition, allowing the autofocus system to track humans, animals, and even vehicles with improved accuracy. If Sony refines its AI-driven autofocus to rival or surpass Canon's dual-pixel AF2, the A7V could become the go-to hybrid camera for photographers and videographers who demand pinpoint focus accuracy. Enhanced AI video stabilization and auto-framing. Another game-changing feature that could set the A7V apart is AI-driven video stabilization. While Sony's in-body image stabilization is already among the best, improvements in AI-assisted stabilization could make handheld shooting even smoother, especially for vloggers and solo filmmakers who rely on minimal gear. Additionally, AI-powered auto-framing, a feature found in Sony's latest cameras, would allow creators to automatically track subjects within the frame. This could significantly enhance storytelling and make it easier to create dynamic, engaging content. Additional features that could make the A7V a game changer. Beyond the core improvements, several additional features could push the A7V to the top of the hybrid camera market. 8K video capabilities. While 8K video isn't a necessity for most users, having the option to record in 8K RAW would future-proof the A7V. Many high-end cameras, including the Canon EOS R5 and Nikon Z9, already offer 8K recording, so Sony may introduce this feature to stay ahead of industry trends. Even if 8K is limited to 30 frames per second, it would be a significant advantage for filmmakers looking for higher resolution and greater flexibility in post-production. Dual base ISO for better low-light performance. The Sony FX3 features dual base ISO, allowing it to perform exceptionally well in low-light conditions. If Sony integrates a similar system into the A7V, it could provide improved dynamic range, cleaner images in low-light environments, better performance for wedding videographers, documentary filmmakers, and night photographers, better battery life and cooling system. Extended battery life is always a welcome improvement. While the A7 IV already had decent battery performance, Sony could further optimize power efficiency in the A7V to allow for longer shooting sessions. Additionally, thermal management has been a concern for some mirrorless cameras, especially during extended 4K recording. If Sony enhances the cooling mechanisms in the A7V, it would make the camera far more reliable for professional use. Final thoughts. Is the Sony A7V the best hybrid camera? The Sony A7V is shaping up to be one of the most exciting mirrorless cameras of 2025. If Sony successfully addresses the A7 IV's shortcomings by removing the 1.5x crop for 4K 60 frames per second, introducing a stacked sensor for faster burst rates, enhancing autofocus with AI-driven improvements, refining the LCD and stabilization system, then the A7V could very well be the best hybrid camera of 2025. But what do you think? What features are you hoping to see in the Sony A7V? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more in-depth camera tech insights right here on Techno Trend Zone. See you in the next video.